Today, we're bringing that barn down. Hey guys, it's Kyle and Shannon here at K&S Get Out. We're out at the land. It is an unseasonably warm day for the day after Christmas. But Happy New Year's, guys. We hope you had a wonderful holiday season. From our last video, we cut down that tree in hopes that maybe the barn would budge a little bit, and we got heavily criticized that the barn didn't fall on us. So that wasn't really the plan. We just knew that the barn needed to come down, and part of the process was to get that tree out of the way. So thanks for bearing with us and watching that video, and those of you who complained, so sorry. Today, we're bringing that barn down. Like I said, we did just have Christmas yesterday. A lot has happened since that last video, other than the barn. It didn't fall, nothing happened there. Shannon and I actually tested positive for COVID last Monday. It took a toll on us. It was rough. It is rough. Out of commission. We had virtual Christmas with my family. They were gracious enough to set everything up so that we could have Christmas with them. But yeah, we were down and out for a few days and are still suffering. I think I lost about 12 or 15 pounds. This camera's even feeling a little bit heavy in my arm today. So we don't have a lot of energy to do the hard work today that we did last time. So we're gonna use the heavy tools. We've got the truck here, we got the four-wheeler here. I got some tools, I got some ideas to strap up to the barn, and we're gonna rip that thing down. I promise by the end of this video, guys, the barn will be down. We won't let you down, we won't drag it on. That thing's coming down. We have inspected it a bit more just to get a better understanding of its physical structure, how it's laid out, where we may be able to attach to. So we'll take you inside the barn, we'll show you some of that before we do it. I know some of you are attached to that barn, you don't want to see it come down, but guys, it's just too much work. We do want to try to salvage some of the wood in there. Some of it we obviously got to burn, a lot of it's soggy, rotted, not worth a nickel. So we're not going to do anything with that, but I just want to pull it down first and then we can go through the scraps. So let's go take a look. So Shannon does like these doors. I like these doors, they're kind of cool. They need a little bit of love and attention, but there's no sense in breaking them up by pulling it down. So before we get started, we're gonna try to get these hinges off of here and see if we can't pull these doors. I don't know what we'll use them for, but we'll figure something out, even if just for decoration somewhere.
I'll come up with something creative.
I'm sure you will. Come on inside, let's look at it. So as you can tell, over here, I can barely stand up. This is obviously where it's leaning down toward the ground. I know it's kind of hard to tell, going to be hard to tell in the video, but the ground is really kind of built up in the opposite direction that the barn is leaning. These are the support posts here. And as far as I can tell, they don't go up into the loft. They're just supporting these little 2x6s or whatever they are here, and then the floor for the loft above. Some of the wood for the loft, some of this stuff here, it's pretty good. It's not in the worst shape. But then over here, obviously, that is not the case. That is where all the water came in from that massive hole up in the roof and just has taken its toll on it. We can't go up there. I don't want to trust the structural integrity of these guys. They don't look too bad, but they're bad enough that there's no sense in climbing up in that loft. There is some lumber. I'm not sure, Shannon, if you can shoot up through that floor and see that ceiling over there. That over there looks to be in pretty good health. I would love to be able to save some of those. A couple of the horizontal beams are really pretty long and they look straight. They don't look to be too beat up. So that's the kind of stuff we'd like to save, but we are not going to take this down piece by piece while it's standing. It's just, that would be way more work than it's worth. Pretty much everything on this end of the barn is really pretty water damaged except for the wall. But like those posts or beams or whatever you want to call them, they're pretty ate up. It's not my favorite to be standing in here long term, but I don't think it'll be a problem. So the goal to get this thing down, what I'm thinking we may do, we could take a grapple. Some of you mentioned a grapple. We could potentially toss the grapple up over and hook into the roof up here. But because that wood is damaged, I don't know if it's just going to rip that out or pull the roof over, not necessarily take the whole structure. So because these are the support beams, what I'm thinking of doing is drilling through this exterior wall and then taking a reciprocating saw and just cutting a little hole through the exterior wall and then wrapping a strap around this guy. I can't tell how far into the ground these posts are. We may have to cut down here just to kind of release some of that pressure so that when we pull on it, hopefully it takes all of it with it. My alternative idea is to pull on this horizontal beam right here. The only problem is on the outside, the roof overhang is in the way of it. So we'd have to get a little more creative cutting in through the roof and getting something attached to this. Otherwise, may just be able to come in, grab it right here, and then it'll just use, you know, where it's leaning against the wood on the outside to be able to pull it. So we'll figure that out, but it's coming down today, and this is going to be the method, hopefully.
We'll see if we get in there and things change.
Yeah. So if you're new here and you didn't watch the last video, this was a mess until last week. Shannon and I came out, cleaned all this up, cleared all this area so that we could get that tree out right there. This was one of the supports for that. It was wrapped around this roof right here, and we did feel some shifting when we got it out of here, but obviously not enough to bring it down. We kind of knew that deep down inside, but hey, got to take precaution. You don't want a building falling on your head. So before we get pulling today, I'm going to finish taking this guy out so that it doesn't really stop any of the falling if we get her going. And then we got this little tree right here. It looks like it's not in the greatest of shape. I don't know. I'm not going to be too sad to see it go. We got a few other trees out here, so we should be okay. So we'll get that out of the way. We'll get this out of the way, and then we'll start getting to work on a connection point on the barn so we can get to pulling. So today we're running the Echo. I haven't run it in a while. I miss hearing the sound of a gas-powered chainsaw. I do love my battery-powered tools, but you just can't beat a gas-powered chainsaw as far as the feels and the thrills. And we need that after this fun battle with COVID, and I need some manpower. So we're gonna fire this up, cut that guy down, cut this guy down, and get to moving.
Well, that came down easy.
Yeah, it did. Didn't have any pressures on it. Yeah.
Not going to be doing a whole lot of that today.
Not a lot of that today, man. Every little bit like that. I feel it. Okay. I think we get this guy down and then we're ready to move on to hooking up to the barn. Oh, this is so much easier. You're so strong.
I try.
So just a quick update for any of you who haven't seen any of our other videos. We bought this land, 20 acres. It did have this barn on it, has a house on it over there. We're not just tearing down buildings for the fun of it. We've done thorough inspections and we've looked to see, is any of this salvageable? We really wanted raw land, so we're not too concerned about the buildings. We didn't buy it for the buildings, and we didn't pay for the buildings. So we're gonna try to tear this down, use some of it for scraps. We'll address the house another time, another series, that'll be fun. But this barn, I think it was built back in the 50s. It's not structurally sound. We don't really have a need for it right now, and quite frankly, we're just trying to get the land down to just land so that we can start thinking about what we need to build, where we're gonna build, and all that good stuff. So that's why we're doing what we're doing. We didn't build this barn. We have no attachment to it. Yes, we love the look of it. If it were structurally sound, it wouldn't go anywhere. It's a cool barn, but it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna fit any needs that we have. So that's why we're tearing it down. This is not sponsored, but these are the Spider hole saw kit. We've used these things randomly for different things around the house and whatnot. I love these things. They come with all the attachments and everything that you need. All you need is your own drill. And they got different sizes, different cuts. I don't know, love this thing. I know it's a pretty specific purpose kit. You don't use it all that often, but when you need it, you need it. So we'll throw a link down below and where you can find it on Amazon. Use that link, go get you one if you're in need. Love it. So I'm going to drill on either side of this support beam here so that then on the outside I can take that reciprocating saw and cut out a little access hole for strapping to this pole.
Hello.
Hey. So my soft tether in there is rated at 52,600 pounds, I think, before braking strength. This guy is braking strength 30,000 pounds. Yeah, 30 feet. So we got it all rigged up. I'm only going to be 30 feet away, so if it starts falling, I got to keep driving. Just take it with me. I don't think this will tear, or I don't think it'll break the support beam that we're attached to in there. So we're going to get this attached to the other end of my truck, and we're going to give her a tug. Moment of truth.
Here goes nothing.
Time to do her.
Okay, so it wasn't that your truck wasn't strong enough. It pulled through the board.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back in there, and I'm going to put it around the the horizontal one.
The horizontal beam.
I mean, we're just going to split it right in half too. I mean, all we can do is try stuff, right?
That's right. There you go. Nope. Okay, well, take two did the same thing.
Now if I can get on the other side of it.
Okay, so take three.
Take three. Piece number one is down.
Take five.
That didn't work either.
Okay, here we go again. I don't even know what take this is at this point. 5, 6, whatever. That's a problem. mean, I don't even know what to think at this point, do you?
It feels like we're doing it piece by piece at this point, but like the hard way.
I completely agree. I don't even know what to do.
Well, I mean, at this point, we are 3 little posts and the exterior walls that's holding up the rest of the roof. I guess besides those weird little painted whatever's up there.
Okay, take 7, 8, 6. I don't even know. 30, Kyle says. I think that if you go back and give it a little bit more juice, you may get it. At least half of it.
Right there.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. That's doing it.
Yeah, that one's definitely got a lot of support on
I really thought we had it with that one.
Well, we're getting there.
I mean, we're
So
slowly.
This makes me think we get the other front corner.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
So maybe the corner posts were the most foundational,
Secure.
structural, and that one definitely didn't want to let go. Granted, we did the nice slow and steady pull, and if you notice, we didn't actually break the post where we did the first one. We pulled the post out, and I think we broke it.
At the bottom, look at that.
Oh, I think even more so, we broke that. I mean, these are all soft. These are soft, super soft.
Well, and they have holes in them, like termites have been eating them or something.
Yeah. I'm also curious if we pull on this guy right here. Yeah.
That second post? Oh, that really tall one.
One that goes from the ground all the way up. You see those over there. There's one over there that does it, but those over there have been structurally, like they even cut out the base of the one. It's not even touching the ground. This guy right here and the next one over.
They go all the way up.
Yeah. In fact, there's one over there, there's one over there, and there's these guys here. Now, unfortunately, that gets me a little closer to the truck because I got to get further back to be able to strap onto those. But let's start with this one right here. I'd love to be able to attach higher, like above the floor,
Yeah.
and pull it out this way. Try number 314, it feels like. I think. Man.
Here we go.
Apparently I'm low on washer fluid, and that's important to tell me while I'm in the middle of doing this.
Might help you pull a little better.
Well, I think that's true.
There it goes. Give it gas. You should never listen to me. Ever. I don't know what I'm talking about. Attempt 612.
That was 613.
My bad. 613. I feel like it's so close. Major.
Something fall?
The loft. Hey, good work.
Thanks. It's this guy.
Yep.
You think it's leaning?
It might be leaning just a little bit. Let me come from that angle. Honestly, the lean doesn't look a whole lot different. At least from this side. He's not a happy guy.
Well, it is day 2. That was a lot of work. Call it inexperience, call it COVID, I don't care. This barn was not wanting to come down. We ran much harder, much longer yesterday than we anticipated. We had to call it. It got dark on us. I was exhausted, slept like a baby last night. But we're down to a couple of support posts that I think hopefully are the last ones holding it. Unfortunately, one of them's going to be pretty hard to get to with the truck as far as the angle. It's in that back corner over there. So we're going to grab onto this one up front. It's pretty close to the last one that we grabbed last night, but they're all so deteriorated that they're just falling apart. If I just rip out of there, I mean, it just pulls right through. So I'm trying to take it a little bit slower and really pull on it, you know, breaking it loose. So we're gonna give that a shot. Got a couple holes to drill, get access to it. We'll tie it up, get to ripping. Hopefully in the next pull or two, this thing comes down. We'll see.
Okay, take number 853. It's pulling it. You got it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the barn is down.
Holy
That was
moly.
exciting. That only took, 10 million tries. No big deal.
Oh.
Are you happy, babe?
Look, for those of you who know what you're doing and you've done this, I get it. That was the most unorthodox, unplanned, maybe not, maybe that's the only way to do it, and now I know. We're city folk. This is not what we do. We've never done this before. I am a man full of joy though. That is awesome. That took so much work, learned a ton. Definitely don't want to do it again anytime soon, but hey, we shouldn't have to. That one's gonna be a different animal. Oh man, look at that. I feel like we just gained about 4 acres. So, turns out the vertical posts on either side of the front door and the back door, and there was a window up front, those were the structural, that was the only thing holding it up. If we had attacked those originally,
maybe this would have gone differently.
it could have gone differently, yeah, I don't know. I mean, we could say there's 1,000 different ways we could have done it. Heavy equipment, could have bulldozed it, could have blah, blah, blah. I know. Please hold your comments. We're learning. It's down. So one way or another, no way, I don't care how you want to look at it, we succeeded.
And it's not like we could just go out and rent equipment. We have COVID, so we're not even allowed to go anywhere.
That's true. That is very true. We're home or we're here. That's it. Man, that feels so good. And I like how it all just kind of folded up and collapsed right on top of itself.
Yeah, that was nice.
Now, what we're gonna do to clean it up, that's a whole nother story. I don't know yet, but I don't care.
If somebody can tell me the easiest way to get nails out of some of this barnwood, like there are some good pieces that I can hold on to and we can repurpose, but it's gonna be a lot of work. They put so many nails in these boards. So if you have any tips, let me know.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That feels good.
You can see how rotted some of those pieces are now too, now that it's down.
Yeah, I don't know how much of it's going to be worth anything, but man, it's different.
It's so different.
I was telling you before we got to shoot, and I was like, man, once that actually comes down, it's going to feel nice to be able to see that whole valley. In the spring and summer, that's going to be so thick you still can't see through it. That's fine, but just having that viewpoint, that's money right there.
Yeah,
Feels more raw landy. It's kind of like we just opened up more into the rest of the 20 acres, you know. It's like this was a barrier between the chicken coop, the house, the barn. This just kind of encapsulated like a small little yard, kind of like we had at home. And that's not what I want. I want the open feel of woods. I want to feel the acreage. I want to see our valley. Man, I'm not gonna lie, I went home yesterday feeling defeated. I did get to watch my Cowboys just beat up on the Washington football team. So that was a nice, successful feeling for the night, because this had me defeated, man. I was tired yesterday, and it's down.
We got it.
You know, there's those of you who have been doing this stuff for decades and decades and decades, and you are probably laughing. You got your forehead in your hand. You're disappointed. I get it, but this is us. This is what we wanted to do. We're learning.
We used the tools we had at the moment.
Yeah, and by golly, if the grading scale was pass or fail, that looks like a whopping pass to me. Now, it looks like a lot more work and a mess, and who knows how we're gonna get some of this out of here, because there ain't no way that 3,500-pound winch is pulling most of this, but
no.
We'll cut it up, chunk it out. We'll figure that part out another day.
We have plenty of days to figure that out.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that's all we got for today. Fortunately, that was quite a bit done. We're excited about it. Thanks for coming with us. Thanks for being patient with us through that last video as we got that tree down and nothing happened. Hopefully you're a little more pleased this time, seeing that we succeeded in getting the barn down. Clearly we have another step in the process to get it all cleaned up and see what we can scrap from it, but that's what we're here to do. So thanks for coming by. Please like, subscribe, have a wonderful new year, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah!